speaking into a mic and I'm not with my headphones on. That's what I'm so used to. But we're gonna get started, okay? All right, you are now tuned into the 585 Report with Atiana and Bishop. Catch us each and every Sunday from 6 to 7 p.m. on 100.9 WXIR. We seek to elevate the narrative on Rochester, New York through constructive conversations. What up, y'all?
What's good?
Hello. Hello.
What up? What's
Interested in that phone? You looking for a charger?
Right.
What's wrong? Oh, no, that's not a charger. You good? The charger? I'll get in this part of the video. No worries. Or I'll just let it play. Doesn't matter anyways. But thank you for coming on.
You already know.
Finally got you on. Like, we've been going since April. And you just now coming on the show. I think I feel some kind of way about it, but.
It's all good. I like the necklace too.
Thank you. Thank you very much. E for Atiana.
All right.
Sean, thank you for joining us today.
What must you call me by my real name?
I cannot get into calling you Maestro. Like, I don't think I'll ever be able to call you Maestro. But would you prefer me to call you Maestro?
Call me whatever you want, Miss Larkin.
Thank you. And what am I calling you today?
Call me Sean.
I call you Sean? Sean and Sean.
But
But you're Sean with the H.
Oh, okay. I'm with an E.
so you might just call me Maestro. Call me that.
All right, so let's get started. We got Mr. Be Healthy himself in the building.
Yeah.
All right, introduce yourself to the people.
Nigga Shion Maru. Some people know me as Nigga. Some people know me as Sean. Either or, whatever you prefer. I'm co-partner in Be Healthy Fresh Food Market. CEO Kapta Amara Shion Maru. He's the boss man. And he just created a foundation where he's seen the food deserts in the community.
Mm-hmm.
So, we had to come create something that was beneficial for the community, that'll uplift it in a nutritional way. So, we sell smoothies, wraps, salads, chili, juices. We're incorporating soul food Sundays now.
Oh, I saw that.
Yeah, it's lit. So it's doing real good. It's selling out every Sunday. So we got the vegan wings. We got the collard greens, the yams, the mac and cheese, potato salad. It's all available. So we incorporating that. We also incorporated something called Taco Tuesdays.
Saw that too.
Where we got the it's like a flat wrap type thing. Got the vegan meat in there with the cheese and the tomatoes, the onions, the peppers, and all of that. And so flipped on like a tortilla type thing. And it's pressed down on the grill. So that's something new that we implementing as well. We'll also be implementing like a buy one smoothie get one half off type thing for the new year. We'll get it at a discount.
I've had a lot going on down there.
Just trying to be new and innovative and think of ways to get to the bag as well as serve the community and provide them with something they're not going to get nowhere else, especially from people that look like them. So,
especially in Genesee Street.
yeah, especially on Genesee Street.
Like, so we got Be Healthy on Genesee Street, then we got Allah's Kitchen on Jefferson Avenue.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I think.
That's my man. Shout out to Allah's Kitchen.
Right, I had his wife on. He told me not to call. She's not his wife. His queen. Like, he got at me about that.
yeah, he do. That's my man. Shout out to Allah, man.
So he got out at me about that. His queen, she came on the show and she was super dope, and she told me how the whole Allah's Kitchen came about. But I think it's just dope that these kind of places are popping up in places that we normally wouldn't see them, and they're doing well.
Right.
So shout out to both of y'all for that. What are like some of the most popular things that people come and get from there?
The number 8 smoothie and the number 10, as well as the number 2 and number 3. So the number 2 is the raw strength: strawberries, mangoes, pineapples, bananas, grapes, liquid fire. Liquid fire is a combination that Kapata came up with. It's lime, ginger, and cayenne pepper.
Mm-hmm.
And it's normally, people take it normally like in a shot, isolated, but you could get it in the drink and it just spices up the drink. Number 3, the solar power pineapple mango banana. That's my personal favorite. Had it this morning Add a little spirulina in there. It suppresses the appetite, as well as gives you like a good serving of vegetables for people that just don't like eating like raw vegetables. You can just add that powder in there, and it's like a good substitute. Then we get to the number 8 and the number 10, which is kind of the same thing in similar aspects. So they both have apples, bananas, peanut butter, and cinnamon. But with the 8, it has spirulina in it and maca. Like I said, the spirulina is an appetite suppressant, as well as it's high in iron and vitamin B12.
Yeah, we use that a lot.
What?
Spirulina, that's popular in Jamaica. So
Right. Yeah, it is. And the maca is for your hormones. And,
I like maca. I used to take maca. No, I used to pour it in a smoothie that I used to drink daily. I haven't did it in a long time. It also like kind of makes you gain a little weight.
Yeah.
So that's why I had to back up off it. Like I could do it now because I'm in a place where like I'm on the skinnier side these days. But at that time, like it was definitely,
You used to be big.
Well, no. Well, yes and no. So any bigger times that I had was usually like around my pregnancies.
Oh, okay.
But I'm just saying, like 135 is my number.
Yeah.
Like if I go over 135, then like I'm in the gym, I'm getting training and all of that, and I'm cutting back because I come from a family where everybody is heavy. So I didn't want that to be me.
Right.
So for me and my children, like we made some better like changes and lifestyle changes and habits. So that's why when I get past 135, like I'm making some cuts. And plus for my height and size, like I don't want to be thick. Like I never wanted to be thick. Just healthy.
Right. So the number 10 too is it has a whole bunch of herbs. It's like a herbal smoothie. So we got dulse in there, which is high in iodine, as well as iron. It's like a seaweed, so a lot of Asian people use it in their cuisine. We got chlorella in there, which is a really high sea algae. It's really high in iron and detoxes the body from heavy metals. We have also in there, we have burdock, which is good for cleansing the liver and getting the skin right. We got a couple other different herbs in there. Can't think of it all right now, but it's a really good drink. So that's like the most popular one. Then we have the veggie wraps is popular. The honey wrap is the most popular wrap.
I haven't had the honey wrap yet. I just had the spicy one.
Yeah, because most people don't like spice, so they get the honey wrap. I like the spicy wrap. Then the chili. We got the 2 chilies. We got the chili and we got the curry. I would say the chili is more popular, but to me the coconut curry tastes better. And now for the past month or 2, we've been implementing the juices. So the apple pie juice is really a number 1 seller. It's just apple juice, juiced apples and cinnamon. So yeah, that's our main ones we got right now going on.
I know you were talking about in Jamaica. So someone was telling me like some of the things that we experience here, like when people losing their hair and all the like diseases and stuff we get here, like a lot of those aren't even seen there.
That's true because like a lot of food, it's plentiful in fruit and veggies. So they diets is mainly fruit and veggies. So the other stuff, like the stuff we eat on a daily basis, like the soul food and all that stuff, or what they consider soul food, that's like 1 day a week, once or twice a week. They don't eat that on a regular basis. So everything else is literally homegrown or farm stuff. I mean, that's changed over the years with, everybody getting commercialized in all the third world countries. But for the most part, yeah, a lot of times in the third world countries, the diseases that they get are usually, they come from outside the country, or it's based off of not having the proper doctors, healthcare in that area more so. So you can always get something anywhere, and then it can spread because you don't have the proper way to treat it. But for the most part, that's why you never really see a fat Jamaican. You know what I'm saying? You never really see, I mean, they're out there, but you don't really see that. A lot of Jamaicans, especially you look at Rastas are usually skinny, like skinny to the bone, like they're usually skinny. And that's usually because they eat nothing but greens, no flesh, most of them, and whatnot. So that's in a lot of countries, that's like in warm climates, not dry climates, but warm climates.
So are you vegan, vegetarian?
Yeah, I'm vegan. Yeah, I'm moving more to the plant-based side, and this is just a little different. So you got different forms of veganism. You got starchitarians, where they have like
they coming up with so many names like starchatarians.
Yeah. It's the people that just, you know, they're like the starter vegans, you know what I'm saying? So they eat a lot of rice, beans, pasta, you know what I'm saying?
Because, that's my daughter.
Because it's just like easy and quick, and you know what I'm saying? It's like the first thing that comes to mind when you think about not wanting to eat no meat, because that's the first thing you're thinking about. I don't want to eat meat, so what can I eat? You know what I'm saying? Right. So you got that group, which is a good start, you know what I'm saying? But it's not something you want to stay on, because you know you could get glucose levels could get high, you could develop diabetes even on that type of diet. Then you go to the the vegans, that like the regular standard vegans who have a diverse diet. They might eat but they still eat a lot of processed stuff like the fake meats and the fake cheeses and you know, that type of stuff. Then you have the raw vegans or the plant-based vegans who eat mainly fruits and vegetables, like real fruits and vegetables, water, herbal teas, you know, who do it for a couple of years, and you know, the regular stuff like the starchatarian, regular vegan, and then after a few years they transition to that type of diet. Then you have which is really the last one, or it might be, it depends. Some people take it up a notch after the plant-based and just do like one meal a day type thing, or they do a lot of fasting and stuff like that. So that's like a little side step into raw veganism as well. And then you have the last group, which is fruitarians, and they just have a predominantly fruit-based diet. They don't eat too much vegetables, too much grains, too much nuts, too much seeds. Most of their diet is fruit.
So I saw something that you posted. 1 meal a day will keep the doctor away. 3 meals a day will guarantee poverty and disease.
Yeah.
Talk about that.
Yeah.
Because I was always thought breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
Yeah. So that theory comes from, you know, like doctors and corporations, that you got to eat 3 meals a day. You got to have breakfast. You got to have lunch. You got to have dinner. Now, the breakfast that they promote is bacon, eggs, toast, cheese, grits. You know what I'm saying? They not saying drink some, like the first thing you should do when you wake up is drink water. You know what I'm saying? Why they not saying that? Like, you know, so like they don't never got that picture in schools. You know what I'm saying? Like drink water when you wake up. You know, it's a picture that was promoted by the dairy industry. The dairy industry came to the schools and said, hey, we'll give y'all X, Y, and Z to put this in y'all school, put this picture up in y'all school. It's milk, it's eggs, bacon, sausage, whatever. That stuff don't even go together. You know what I'm saying? Let alone it's not being healthy. It don't even go together as it relates to digestion. You know what I'm saying?
That's true, but when we think about it in our minds, it goes together. Yeah. Like you go to any restaurant, that's gonna be the combo.
Yeah. So you know, so we definitely want to start off the morning from maybe like 8 a.m. to 12 p.m. drinking water, drinking fruit, isolated fruit alone, like maybe an apple, a blueberry, or a peach, cantaloupe, some cantaloupe. Then we probably want to make a smoothie like around 10 or 11 to keep us full. This is how I do it. Make a smoothie to about 10 or 11. Then our lunch, it depends on the smoothie. So how I like to do it is I like to have smoothies that's like either with an avocado or some nuts that I done soaked overnight, because that's gonna keep me full. You know what I'm saying? If I just do like a regular smoothie with like some greens in there or something, it might not keep me full. You know what I'm saying? So I like to add the nuts and stuff to give me a lot of protein to keep me full, and that'll hold me over until about 1 or 2 o'clock. Then I'll probably do the same thing. Drink some more water, eat a fruit, make another smoothie, might make another smoothie. Then around 3 o'clock, 3 or 4 o'clock, which is the ideal time to eat, that's when I eat my meal. So whatever meal that I'm gonna have, like today I had arugula, black beans, black rice, some vegan cheese, and like a vegan burger, but it was all mixed together. So that was around like 3:30.
You mixed it together?
It's like a salad.
Oh yeah, okay. I was about you like make a smoothie, yeah.
Oh no.
Put the vegan burger in the
I was about to say, now you going too far. Like you taking it too far. But why is between 3 and 4 ideal time to eat?
That's just how the body works as far as it relates to digestion. It gives, because the body takes like 6 or 7 hours to digest a complete meal. So if you're eating it around 2 or 3 o'clock, now your body got the whole day for the rest of the day to process it and digest it. Now if you're eating it around 7, 8, the sun is going down, you might have problems. You might develop insomnia. You know, you might have more problems sleeping because the body is trying to digest it at a time where it should be working to rest and shut down and go to sleep. So that's why that's really like an ideal time. And if you eat your heavy meal at around 3 or 4, you most likely won't need to eat for the rest of the day because you'll probably be full. If I do eat again, it may be like a light snack or maybe like a smoothie again or some fresh fruit. And then I'm like, all right, I'm good. You know what I'm saying? So.
How health conscious are you, my friend?
Not much. I try.
If you say on a scale of 1 to 10.
1 to 10, you know what? It depends. Because sometimes I'm on my water kit. Well, I try to drink a liter of water every day.
Yeah.
I try to drink a liter of water every day. And like you said, what I usually do, I buy bananas. I go to Wegmans multiple times a week. So I have water, and then for snack, like at break time at work, which is usually around 8:30, I have a banana. And then unfortunately for lunch, go grab something I shouldn't be eating. It's like Popeye's around the corner. It's
Oh no, not Popeye.
It's Salvatore's, it's barbecue spot around the corner. I usually pick out around then, and then I won't eat. For me, how my schedule is, I won't eat till sometimes not even the rest of the day. After I eat lunch a lot, that's it. I just have snacks and water, and that'll be it. Now, except for when I DJ. Now, when I DJ, which is that's where I lose off at. I've been last 6 months. I've been good on that. So boom, like I DJ at Texas Bahamas 3 times a week. I'm eating food late. Even throughout my whole life of DJing, I'm done that too. Usually the club got some food, or you're gonna get some food after, and that's where I gain most of my weight. Usually that time. My parents always told me, don't eat when you sleep. Don't eat right before you sleep, especially that late. Yeah. Because usually you're gonna eat and you're going right to sleep. That's right. But from scale of 1 to 10 right now, I say about 5. I've been up to a 10 where I did exactly what you were saying, like water. I just have water. I have a snack. I have nuts and like banana for lunch, and then I try to get a smoothie. Shout out to my boy PD too. PD, they had a spot on Clinton. Whatnot. He gonna open back soon, a new location. But I used to go there and I get a smoothie. I'm over there on Clinton and get a smoothie. That'd be it for me for the day. Right. Yeah. But then I got a DJ and it's all out the window.
Remember you used to eat those full moon things?
Yeah.
You used to be hooked on those.
I used to eat those every
We
day
both work for Wegmans, so.
I used to eat those all the time back in the day. But I try to, as you get older, like you said, a lot of the stuff that we do, our daily habits, eating the stuff we learn, like 1, 2, 3 ABC. This is how we learn. We learn breakfast like that. You know what I'm saying? The whole thing was like 1, 2, 3 ABC to us. Like all the foods we eat. So if we look at soul food, none of that really healthy for us. Ain't never been, but we learn that 1, 2, 3. And everybody's soul food is different cultures. Like ours, we got the curry goat, the oxtails, about that stuff. Yeah, but that's actually good though.
I love callaloo.
You like callaloo, ackee, and sawfish. That's the type of diet I try to bring. I try to get on when I'm eating more of that stuff and whatnot. So especially with my parents both having health issues over the last couple of years, so they've really been on it. So my dad always been that type of dude, but my parents really been on it now. They don't eat meat, so when I'm over there, ain't no meat anyway. So
they don't eat meat?
They don't eat meat no more. My parents don't eat meat no more. Yeah. Once in a blue moon, I say.
So when did the journey start for you, or have you always been like this?
It started probably back in like 2000, I'd probably say 11 or 12. So my neighborhood, I was living down south in North Carolina, in Tarboro, North Carolina. My neighborhood was filled with like Muslims. So, but they was like regular dudes like me, but they practiced Islam. So, like even the drug dealers practice Islam. So none of them eat pork. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So, you come out on the block. That's what the people is doing. You eating a hot dog, pork hot dog, anything, like you get clowned. You know what I'm saying? So, you just gradually be like, man, I'm not eating this no more. You know what I'm saying? It's just like if people grew up around, Christians, they're most likely gonna, do what the Christians do, or convert to Christianity. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So that's what happened to me early in my life. So I was like around 15, 16. That's the path I had chose for that time being. So stopped eating pork. Then I moved up here to New York when I was like 21, mm-hmm. and I started to eat. I started to only eat like ethical meat. You know what I'm saying? So it had to be like from a farmer's market, raised correctly, injections and all of that. So I did that for about a year, and after that I met Hotep Kapata. I met him, and we was building and linking and hanging out at his house and all of that, and I just gave up the meat after that, but I was still dibbling in the milk and the cheese and the eggs and stuff because I had went off to college, so it had got a little harder, you know what I'm saying? So I was dealing with that, moved back to Rochester, and was still doing it, and I let it go around 2018. Well, last year I let all of it go, all the dairy, all the fish, all of that. So.
I run the fish. Like you said, like you got statutories and stuff. Mm-hmm. When I get on that kick every now and again, I run the fish, except for shrimp. Except for shrimp. But I run the fish. Like I feel like you always run something that's you usually eat anyway though. So like fish, like you said, pasta and whatnot, and a bunch of fruit. That's what it usually is. Yeah.
So I tried to be a vegan.
That's good.
It lasted 3 months.
That's good. That's a good time span.
Okay, so then I went to being a vegetarian. Yeah. And I don't know how long that lasted, but now I'm pescatarian. That's good. So I will eat seafood. It's difficult for me to give up cheese. Like, my struggles with cheese. Like, it's just so many different kinds of cheese. It's just, like, so hard to give up. Like, you have Asiago, you have Gouda, you have mozzarella, like, you have blue cheese. Like, it's just so many different kinds. But they said, like, you said I sound like a crackhead. Didn't you say it's something in cheese that, like...
It's casomorphine. So it's like the cousin of morphine that's in cheese. It's naturally in cheese. It's not like somebody injecting the cheese or nothing like that. It's naturally in the cheese because cheese is like, it gets old. You know what I'm saying? That's how it's formed. It gets old. Yeah, age. So it develops the casomorphine.
And that's what makes it addictive.
Yeah, that's what makes it addictive.
See, I know it. Like,
a lot of people say that they're addicted to cheese. Yeah.
Like, I will go to Wegmans and buy a whole cheese tray and get a bottle of wine. And me and Leja, we'll go.
I like milk. I like cereal. That's my like you said, like you was in college, it's harder to do that.
Yeah.
So I know when I was younger and like I was living alone or whatever, and you're younger, you're trying to save money. So your diet
bowl of cereal.
For breakfast, lunch, and dinner. That's what it is. You know what I'm saying?
See, I can't, like, I won't drink milk like that. Like, I'll eat cheese, but as far as, like, milk, no, I'm with almond milk. That's the one I like the best. Like, I've tried the cashew milk. I didn't really care for it. It's, like, real thick.
Yeah, thick,
I'm trying to find some type of milk drink because I don't like almond milk because I like cereal. Almond milk don't taste good in cereal.
That's how we buy it. My kids eat it in cereal.
I can't eat it. I don't like almond milk altogether. It just don't taste good.
What milk you drink?
I make my own milk, so I do the pumpkin seed milk. I just soak or the sunflower seed milk, and I mainly use it for smoothies though. So I don't do too much cereal and stuff. So I mainly do it for smoothies. And you could just buy it. Sometimes it's easier and cheaper to just buy whatever type of nut or seed milk you want. Just buy it and
make it.
Just make it. Yeah.
I'm not making no almond milk. I can't even see me in the
so
kitchen.
Easy.
How do you do it? How is it so easy?
You soak it overnight. You take all the water out. You put it in the blender. You just add the water. So if you got a cup of almonds, you do 2 cups of water. You got 2 cups of almonds, you do 4 cups of water. That's how you got it. It's your milk. It's so easy.
Okay, I'll take your word for it.
You gotta strain it? Do you strain it or?
It
depends on the seed.
Yeah, it depends on the texture of it, how it is. But normally, it don't really need too much straining.
Yeah, because I'm a texture person. Like if it's feeling funny in my.
But I like we used to make when my parents made. I mean, it's customary carrot juice. Like that's a customary. They got 2 kinds. You got the thick kind, and you got the thin kind. You add lemon juice into it, and the thick kind be like. It's, it's a texture. Like it's kind of different. It tastes. It's almost like sometimes it can get as thick as eggnog, and it's a little bit watery eggnog.
Eggnog? No way. No way.
Eggnog is a little bit of white rum, but that's different.
Eggs are another thing that I haven't given up yet, and I know somebody was it you who said it's like carcinogens or something like that? Was it you saying that?
Yeah. So the World Health Organization classify eggs and processed meats as a class 1 carcinogen in the same category as asbestos and smoking cigarettes. So
eggs.
Yeah, so
think about Dunkin' Donuts and Tim Hortons all the time. You think about that.
Hey.
yeah, so eating one egg is like smoking 5 cigarettes as it relates to what it does to your cholesterol levels, just in that aspect. Yeah, so
And it's crazy. Like when you try to actually eat, if you try to go by what they say, quote unquote, what they say and whatnot. One day milk is healthy. The next day milk is unhealthy.
Right.
One day eggs is good for you. Does the body good. Next day it's like it's really hard. That's why I think like in especially in a lot of Caribbean cultures and whatnot, you know, when you got plentiful fruits and vegetables, and I usually think like whatever is actually natural to you, that's what your body's that's what you're going to process easier too with your body with those fruits and vegetables. And it's crazy eating like everything is processed. It seems like everything is processed. Even when you try to eat healthy, I feel like a lot of that stuff is processed.
Yeah.
What are like some of the biggest myths about food that's going on right now? Like you said, one day you hear something is healthy, and next day you hear it's not healthy. Like, what are some big myths that are going around? I know. I'm curious about your thoughts on Beyond's Burger, Impossible Burger, all of that stuff.
Yeah. I think those stuff is like fads, and I think that when you evolve in a certain level in veganism, it becomes more about like what's actually in the product and the ingredients in the product, rather than what tastes good or rather than what's popular. You know what I'm saying? So if we look at some of the ingredients in it, some of the ingredients in those products are problematic. So we might want to look to making our own or purchasing from brands that use more sustainable sources like Hillary's or Dr. Prager's. They use around maybe like less than 10 ingredients in their burgers, and they're all natural ingredients. Sunshine Burgers as well, they're all natural ingredients, so it might be made from carrots, sunflower seeds, spinach, mushrooms, you know what I'm saying? It'll all be
that means so when you get that joint, you look at the box,
yeah.
You can actually pronounce everything on the back.
Yeah, you can pronounce everything. So we got so like in the Beyond Burgers and in the Impossible, because I eat it sometimes, you know what I'm saying? So I'm not knocking it, but I
had a couple of Impossible Burgers. Impossible Burgers.
Like if I'm at Swillburger and that's the only vegan menu on the item, and I got a drink and I'm chilling and I'm having fun, I'm not thinking like, oh man, they got this, and I'm not gonna think too much about it.
Right.
I'm not gonna go to the grocery store and just pick it out for the crib though, you know what I'm saying? So it's a situational type thing, but some problematic things that are in it are xanthan gum, some of the polysorbate 80, canola oil, all of those is basically like preservatives, you know what I'm saying? So we want to be wary of those, because what preservatives do is they attack the digestive enzymes in the gut. So later on in life, it'll be harder for you to digest things that you normally would be easy to digest. That's why old people be having to get their food chewed by somebody else, like, you know what I'm saying? Then you put it, you know what I'm saying? Because they don't have the digestive enzymes anymore, because they unknowingly to them, they've been eating what the doctor said eat their whole life, and it's been tearing up their digestion. And certain things can, certain healthy things can eat away at your digestion too, like eating certain non-organic fruits and vegetables that are laced with pesticides, like how people eat meat and they got to worry about the steroids. Like that's like the biggest thing in the meat industry, worrying about the steroids and all of the stuff they injecting with it. That's what people who eat fruits and vegetables got to worry about, the pesticides. They're like the steroids of,
the meat industry.
Yeah. So we got to be wary of that. We want to buy organic food as much as possible, because even though it is sprayed with some little the pesticides, maybe like 15% pesticides, the other 85% are natural pesticides. So it might be sprayed with like ladybugs or oranges. It's made from natural, the pesticides are made from natural ingredients. The ones that are sprayed on non-organic fruits and vegetables are made from like chemical pesticides, like Roundup and all that. Roundup.
Roundup, the weed killer?
Yeah.
Like my dad had a garden my whole life, except for like the last 5 years. He had a garden, so you plant callaloo, plant corn, squash, thyme, tomatoes, all that stuff. He used a little bit because you got to, especially in our area and whatnot. And it's hard. What you feel about, like, even if you plant your food in this climate, in say even in the U.S. period though, you feel like it's still like soiled a little bit, the food we eat, because of, like, we live in Rochester, so we got Barcelona, we got Kodak, so the soil itself is like soil with pollution itself though.
It might be, it would be hard to say because I never like checked the levels, or I don't know too much about soil, but here's what I do know about soil. Rock mineral fertilizer soil is a soil that remineralizes the soil. So even if the soil is bad, we still want to make sure that we could remineralize it, because that's really the only problem. It don't even care if there's dirty water in there, or it really don't. That don't even really matter. It matters if the vitamins and the minerals is in the plant. You know what I'm saying? So with the rock mineral fertilizer, we can ensure that the vitamins and minerals are in the plant. So like romaine lettuce, it done lost like 100% of its chromium, like 40% of its calcium, and you know, a great deal of other percentages of minerals that was in it 50 years ago is not in it now. So you eating romaine lettuce, it's E. coli is breaking out and all of that. That's what they're not telling the people though is that's the non-organic romaine lettuce. Because even though on those health scares where they're like, yo, it's breaking out, I only ate the organic romaine lettuce by the bundles. Nothing happened to me because the organic stuff is grown totally differently than the non-organic stuff. It's grown in different soil, it's grown in a different environment, it's grown with different sprays, it's grown with different care and love. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, you get that, and a lot of people say there's a lot of articles out there, organic doesn't matter, it's just a way for them to hike up the cost, it's this, it's that, it's a scam. Sometimes what is true about it is the people that you know are doing the gardening, they might not get regulated as much. So I could say, yo, it's organic, and you might not come check my farm for a couple months later. You know what I'm saying? That does happen. And they could be, you know, still doing some stuff that's, you know, sketching the rules. Everybody sketched the rules. Everybody sketched the rules of the system. You know what I'm saying? So that is a fact. But it's also a fact, and they have done studies where it's showing that organic fruits and vegetables, the pesticides on non-organic fruits and vegetables is harmful to our health more than the ones that's on the organic fruits and vegetables. And I know it could be expensive, you know what I'm saying?
But it's worth it. I think we got to change that mindset. Like, we spend so much of this money on stuff that's expensive. When it comes to our health, though, it's like, I'm gonna get the cheapest joint. I'm gonna go, and that's just the way. I don't know if that's our environment or the way we all grew up, like within the black community. I guess it's just like health ain't really.
It ain't that important.
It ain't that important.
I'm gonna die one day. That's what a lot of people say. I'm gonna die one day.
Something's gonna kill me anyway, so I'm gonna do that. And then, you know, a lot of times, like, the stuff that's in our community is placed in our community for a reason. It's been that way forever. That's why you got 10 million fast food joints, 10 million convenience stores with cheap food and all that stuff.
10 million liquor stores.
Liquor stores, you know what I'm saying? That's why they're there and whatnot. I mean, we could find a fast food joint on every block, every other block, though. You know what I'm saying? That's why it's good that y'all in the city like that. I think a lot of times with stuff like you see companies like, people think Panera is like a healthy place. People consider Panera a healthy place, and it might be. But how many of those is in the city that you can walk to this corner store and grab that? So it's good to have y'all in the city like that and whatnot. And y'all not expensive. Y'all not expensive. Y'all inexpensive.
Not at all.
Y'all inexpensive too. So that I think that helps out. And just being inconvenient. You know what I mean? Like you say, you can walk past how many convenience stores are in Jenny? You know what I'm saying? How many liquor stores are in Jenny? You can walk right past those and go get something healthy. It's for the same amount of money you're about to spend on some trash. You know what I'm saying? So that's a good look.
So for someone who is just like trying to make some small, healthy lifestyle changes, what advice would you give to a person?
I would encourage them to look at the Clean 15 list and the Dirty Dozen. So what the Clean 15 list is, it's the top 15 fruits and vegetables that have the least pesticides. So you got avocados up there, pineapples, kiwis. You got it's a couple different ones. I got them written at home. Mushrooms. Then you got the Dirty Dozen, which has the most pesticides on the strawberries, celery, tomatoes, spinach, kale. So those are some of the top
That's like the
ones.
stuff they push the most.
Yeah, right.
So the only one I see that I heard you say that's actually I hear people eat a lot is avocado. I hate avocado.
Yeah.
We call
You
it,
hate
I love
avocado?
avocado. We call it scarred pear in Jamaica, so we call it pear. So as a kid, they would eat it on hard dough bread. I don't know if you had Jamaican hard dough bread. They'll eat it. They put the avocado on hard dough bread. And as a kid, you know, we grew up in the age of whatever you got, that's what you eat. There ain't no choices in that. So they would force me to eat it, and I hated it. I hated it, and I grew up hating avocado till this day. I grew up hating avocado.
Hopefully you give it a try another day, man.
Somebody told me I gotta have something, so they gotta make me some different joint. But I just hated it because I was forced to eat it though. But I gotta look at that list though. I be trying to eat fruit, but a lot of times just be the convenience and stuff that life I'm going through. I started looking at Wegmans like I look at a what you call it place. Like I look at a McDonald's. Right? Same thing when I leave the club now. Sometimes I go to Wegmans and go grab me a fruit. Go grab me a banana or two and go home and call it a day instead of going to grab a burger or go grab a 10-pack of wings from somewhere or something like that. You know what I'm saying? So that's all. I go there a lot. You know what I'm saying? So that's rough. I would say get some water too. You know, water is healthy. Like water is big to me. I don't tell people don't like water though. Like,
Yeah, how you like? People say how you like water? It don't taste like anything.
That's
I'm
the
like,
reason but
You
that
gotta
should be
get
the
used to
reason.
it. I used to be like that too. I used to drink mad pop and all of that. So it's just something you got to get used to and start drinking every day. Also, people can make low cost stuff. You can look at vegan budget. You could just Google vegans on a budget, and it'll tell you like stuff that's like cheap that you can make right at the crib, and that's cheap. You could get your staple grains for cheap. You could get quinoa. You could get black rice. This stuff is $2-3 a pound. Quinoa, black rice. Those are staples in my household. As well as farro, Farro.
I like farro.
Yeah.
Farro, however you say it. I like it.
You could get that. You could get the cheap leafy green vegetables that come in like the little packs in Wegmans. You could get romaine lettuce, arugula. Those are like the healthiest vegetables. You could just load up on. Probably go to the public market or Wegmans, Walmart, and just load up on regular fruits. You want to get a lot of citrus fruits in your diet. Blood oranges, grapefruit, lemons, limes. They really help with the digestive system, as well as provide good, healthy acids to your body. And of course, drinking water. You know what I'm saying? Of course, drinking water. You might want to fast. Try one day where you fast, where you just drink water and probably fruit juices that you could make with a juicer. You get a juicer from Walmart for like $50. Buy you some apples, organic apples for like $3 at Trader Joe's or Walmart somewhere. Make you some fresh apple juice every morning. You know what I'm saying? You ain't gotta buy that.
Facts. So put the air fryer back, get the juice.
Put
the air fryer back, get the juice.
I'm frying it up over there. Get some nutrients in your body.
Get the juice. You should have everybody's having a juice.
You gotta have a juicer now.
Everybody got an air fryer.
I gotta get one.
What, a juicer, right? A juicer. Oh, yeah, I thought you were saying air fryer. Right. All facts.
Alright, if you just tuned in, you're tuned into the 585 report with Atiana Bishop. Bishop is at home. His tooth, I think he got his tooth pulled or something. So we have
Maestro, DJ Maestro. Yeah.
DJ Maestro joining us along with Sean, Mr. Be Healthy himself. So we're gonna move on to something that I actually saw it on your page about it's nearly 700,000 will lose food stamps with the USDA work requirement change. So when I heard that, I'm like, I think about individuals in our city who basically depend on them. And I guess what they're changing is the people between the ages of 18 and 49 who are childless and not disabled. So under the current rules, they have to work at least 20 hours a week for more than 3 months over a 36-month period to qualify for food stamps. So that's how it currently works, but I guess some states have been allowing waivers, but they're not allowing those waivers anymore under the new law. It will limit or restrict those waivers from taking place, and it's in places where the unemployment rate is like 6% or higher. So that's 688,000 people will lose access to food stamps.
That's crazy. That's crazy. And I'm sure, you know, it's always a stigma on that type of stuff and whatnot. But I would think a lot of those people actually need them more than not need them. You do got people that, you know, use the system or whatever. But I'm pretty sure a majority of that number needs those stamps or needs the benefits or whatnot. So that's crazy to even take that away. And I mean, is that from the administration? Is that based on the administration we got in right now? Or is that was that something pushed years ago and it's just finally getting through?
No, that's Trump administration. Yeah. I guess it's under his 2018 executive order called Reducing Poverty in America by Promoting Opportunity and Economic Mobility.
No, he's trying to know.
So when I read that, it's like he just like using these words to basically.
All you lazy folks, you about to get up. But within that, it's like with everything.
Well, a lot of people like in that number, right?
Yeah,
we know they aren't lazy,
right? Exactly.
And are able to get a job. Right. So I guess it said that 2.9 million adults are on SNAP are able-bodied citizens. They're able-bodied, they can get up and work, and they don't have dependents. So my thing is about this. So if you're able to work, you should work.
What is able to work to everybody though?
And like I know that there are times where like full-time employment at a place is just not appeasing to like the average Joe. Like I'm not about to go to work 40 hours a week for a minimum wage where I could get it over here for, you know, I could be in a block and get, you know, that money really quickly. So I think about things like that, like how the jobs that are available to some people they're not appealing.
They're not, because if you look at like minimum wage in America, in most states, is not the average. It's not the average rent. Not even the average rent. Forget a house, mortgage, car, and your regular bills. You can barely afford to live off of minimum wage, literally anywhere.
You couldn't afford to.
You couldn't, so right. So so might as well go. And I'm pretty sure a majority of people on services need them, and you always got people using them. But it's like I'm about to go work these 40 hours. And I could barely live, and I'm still working this for. So if I could find a cheaper way to do it, or you know, I could go do a half-ass job, or excuse my language.
On the radio though.
And you could go, you know, so you could work X amount of hours, 20 hours a week, and get these benefits. Why? It's like it's almost like why not? You know what I'm saying? Why not? Why not do it? I mean, so they got to change the status of the living. Like most of America is poor. I don't care. There is no middle class to me. It's either you rich or you poor at the end of the day and whatnot. So before they change that, they trying to push up minimum wage to 14. What is it, 14 or $15 now? But that makes no difference because every time you push up minimum wage, people get laid off. People get laid off because the businesses got to pay more. So you're gonna have more. You have more unemployment. You got more people in the streets. You got more homeless families. So it's like you can't always cut these benefits though. It don't really help. But to me, it don't help. You cause more damage. You cause more damage doing this and whatnot. So especially in the poor communities though. A lot of people gonna do it. I hate to say we in our communities we destroy more when we don't got nothing. That's what they do. When we ain't got nothing, it's like we gonna go rob, kill, steal, and do. You know what I'm saying? So this is gonna hurt people. That's all it's gonna do. It's gonna cause more and more problems within the urban communities. It's not gonna touch the rich folks. It's gonna hurt more within the urban communities.
Well, I guess in the premise behind it is okay. Public assistance is not forever, right? It's supposed to be temporary while you need it, and the Trump administration wants to lessen the blow that taxpayers have to pay because of individuals who receive these SNAP benefits. Like, I get it. Like, I get both sides of it, because at a time, you know, I needed the system, and now that I don't need the system, yeah, I'm more than willing to help those in need, because I was that person at a time. But we probably all know one person who getting over on the system.
Oh, you see it all day on social media. Who got them stamps? I'm selling stamps. Like, if you really need them, you want to sell them. And like we talked about earlier, with like food being more expensive. Imagine if these people actually use these benefits. Those who are selling them use these benefits that they have for them and their families and whatnot to buy the food that, you know, that's healthier for us, instead of selling these stamps or doing whatever with these stamps, and then they buy all the cheap food that's not good for us and whatnot. And I think even with the kids, the only way we're gonna change our culture is we gotta start with the kids. We gotta grow up. A lot of this stuff, it's hard to be healthy when you grew up, junk food. You grew up with that, and it's a taste. It's a taste. That's all it is. If you grew up eating vegetables and fruit, you'll be more than likely gonna eat them as an adult. You're gonna live a healthy lifestyle as an adult and whatnot. But you know, people like some of these stamp stuff. I got 150.
Well, sure, I buy stamps. I'm not gonna even front.
Right. See, that's what I'm saying.
But it's not people like it used to be. A lot of people selling stamps. Now I find I don't got a connect anymore. My sister used to have a connect.
I think it's more difficult now. I think once they went to the car, they got more difficult. Back in the day when we was younger, you know, you could just give out the little pamphlet, the little book, and whatnot. I think now it's a little more difficult.
Nah, last year we had to plug, but this year. Nah, this year we ain't.
They cut down on people though.
So that shutdown.
Yeah, the shutdown too. Yeah, the government shutdown there. Remember, they ain't get a lot of them ain't get it for like a month or two, or a couple months or whatnot, and they was all back. So they had to catch up. It's crazy though.
All right, I'm gonna talk about some events and then we're gonna close out things that's going on this month. Mixed Feelings, the Rob Campbell Variety Show. That's December 28th. I want to say it's at Photo City Improv. Yeah, because I saw. Yeah, because I don't know why I didn't write that down. But doors open at 8:30 and the show starts at 9. Tickets are available on Eventbrite or Cash App. You gotta look it up to see how much it costs. Rock Royal Foundation 6th annual toy giveaway. That's the 21st of December, 10 to 4 p.m. 121 Lincoln Avenue. They're giving away gifts, activities, snacks, raffles, and a picture with Santa. Ages 1 to 14. You gotta register online at khadijahyan.com. And the last thing I saw was the first time home buyers 101, the gift of generational wealth. That's being presented by Chris and Ty Thomas of New to You Homes. That's December 19th, 5:30 to 7:30 at the Douglas Auditorium, 36 King Street. And tickets can be purchased on Eventbrite as well. So, thank you guys for coming on. Thank you, Sean, for being my guest host, Sean Maestro, whatever you want to be called. And thank you, Sean, for, educating the people.
Gotta do it.
Letting them know how to be healthy, how to stay healthy. Y'all make sure y'all go to Be Healthy. 442 Genesee Street.
Know it.
Pull up. Make sure y'all
come. A couple smoothies. It's hard.
My favorite is frozen lava.
I'm an east side.
Coming to the east side.
I'm an east side, so I'm over there like once every blue moon and whatnot. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
good. Appreciate the time you did. You too.
All right, so we'll see y'all next week, next Sunday, 6 to 7 p.m. 100.9 WXIR.
Peace.
Peace.